afternoon, everyone. David Carroll and Greg Glover, who's in for Cindy Sexton this afternoon. Among our top news stories today, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is trying to figure out what led to an officer-involved shooting in Marion County. There's been a lot of talk, a lot of confusion. What we do know, officials say the suspect died from unknown injuries after a crash that occurred after the shooting.
This happened on Highway 134. That's near the Scratch Ankle overpass. It all transpired shortly after 6 o'clock last night. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Natalie Potts has been working on this story. The TBI has been briefing reporters and others as she followed them at the Chattanooga headquarters to bring us more on this story. Natalie.
All right, let's go live to Natalie Potts.
Are still a lot of unanswered questions. The district attorney has asked TBI agents to lead the way on figuring out what led to Marion County deputies opening fire on Highway 134 in Whiteside on Tuesday night.
There were 3 deputies who were present. It's not been determined yet how many of them fired and how many each fired.
So we don't know how many are on leave?
That's correct. You would need to contact the Marion County Sheriff's Department to ask any personnel questions related to their officers.
The sheriff's office did not return Channel 3's calls except to say the sheriff is out of the office for the holidays. Deputies answered 2 complaints at different times by people saying a man was drunk and disorderly. TBI officials say they don't know what happened when deputies got there, but that same man called later, making threats to officers.
It appears that he had contacted some sort of law enforcement entity. I don't know if it was specifically a 911 dispatcher, but he had made some threats towards law enforcement.
TBI spokeswoman Susan Nyland wouldn't explain the threat.
I can't talk about the specifics of what the threat was, but it was something where officers were responding to it.
She says when deputies got there, he sped toward them and deputies opened fire.
Was he armed? Was there a weapon found on his person?
I don't have information about that at this stage.
The car kept going after deputies opened fire, and it eventually crashed a short distance away. The man behind the wheel was pronounced dead on the scene. An investigation will determine what killed him, the gunfire, the crash, or something else. Now, TBI has not released the name of the driver, and agents would not confirm WRCB's initial report from last night that stated the driver fired a gun at officers. A source who was on the scene last night said that today that was not what he said, adding that it's just too early to be sure. Reporting live in Chattanooga, Natalie Potts, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Natalie.